Yo, what's good? What's good? I'm just going to talk about what we should think of trading. I know that's a really big topic and wide, but because I've been into system development and like programming a system, and so I get to see how trading strategies worked in the past and what they did the next year, and then how they operated the following year. And I've been through countless little different systems that I've created. And what do I see out of pretty much everything? My takeaway is that I see inconsistency. If there's anything consistent about the market, is that it's inconsistent. And it sucks because when we're trying to create systems, it's like this is the fundamental way of trading. We find something that has been working and we apply it, we start executing it, and we execute it properly with good risk management, all that, right? And we execute it and we should see that edge, right? The problem is that edge is generally not that consistent anyways. It can fade away and it's like, oh, it didn't work one year, but it worked again the next year. And it's okay, well, I don't know when it's going to be turned on or off. It's just it's just so inconsistent. And that's what makes the trading a system. If you're following all your rules and everything, it makes it so difficult because you might not even win anyways, even if you do all the things right. You might not win. It might not even be profitable. It's just crazy to me. And I think it's really difficult to find any edge at all. And the edge that we do find, that I have found, might not work in the future. It might just be back tested, and like it's called curve fitting. I see the results, 830 open, well, it generally breaks out of range and goes this far, it's profitable. Well, it just happens to be profitable in the year that I tested it, and it's actually not, profitable over time. It's inconsistent. There's so many, and I haven't tested so many candlestick formations that I have going on because I find it hard to code, because I need to base it off where price is in comparison to everything else. There's just so much circumstance that I have it hard. I find it really hard to code my discretionary setups, but I have coded a lot of systems, and that's what I see, man. It's just very, very inconsistent, and that's the point with trading is, it's just so inconsistent with systems, man. I don't know. I don't think that. I mean, maybe that's, I don't know. Maybe that's like, I'm looking where everybody else is looking, so it just disappears right away. I mean, I'm looking at reversion to mean. I'm looking at trend following, like normal, pretty basic trend following stuff. And I would think it's basic. I don't know. I mean, trend following's an industry, and I've researched what they do. Pretty much, I'm doing very similar things. But anyways, it's just very inconsistent. And there was one more thing I wanted to say. I forgot though. It's just if you're profitable, consistent location. It's not like an island. I made it to the promised island. I made it to the island, gentlemen. Now, like, you're chilling at the island. Like, there's no threat that you'll get away from the island. I don't think trading, just because you have risk control, just because you're not gambling anymore, you're a consistently profitable trader. That's not true, man. You need to actually buy and sell higher. The trades actually need to go in your favor. The system or whatever strategy that we got going needs to actually work. It needs to be profitable. It needs to be. What I found is just so hard. So my point, now I remember, my point is that if I'm going to apply a system to the market, let's do it opposite of what everybody thinks, man. Let's find edge. Let's find what the edge is. Oh, this has happened in the past. This is what's supposed to work. This is how we're supposed to do it. Especially with all machine learning. You don't think, I would assume that other people see this too. This data is for everybody, including AI and whatever the hell, They see all this data too. So what are we going to do? Are we going to go with the data, or are we going to go against the data? And there it is. There it is. I've always thought about doing opposites. I'm always thinking opposites of like, all right, well, opposite of a winning trade is a losing trade, my friend. Let's freaking try to put it on, switch it around, and we win. There you go. Well, how do we, it's super inconsistent like that. We find solid edge, and we actually do the opposite because we assume that the machines see it too, and they're going to do they're probably going to find, I don't know, there's going to be people buying because it's back tested, and that's when you're supposed to buy. Not long term, like this is systems, holding period is about 3 days long, something like that. But we find edge and we actually do the opposite of it. Oh my gosh, you're like, what the fuck is going on? Dude, I'm telling you, it was really good one year. It made, risking $5,000 a trade, it made 60 grand the year. I'm like, wow, that is an excellent system. The next year I lose 20 grand. What the hell is going on? And I didn't change anything else. And it's not a crappy system. It's a reversion to mean system. And it's really basic. It's using ATR. A lot of people use ATR. I'm where people are, and just with a small differences that I do. I am where people are, I think. So the idea is to find something that should work, and what can we bet on the market doing? Fucking crazy, stupid things, man. Crazy and stupid. Well, this worked. Yeah, dude. Have you met the market? Do you think he's trustworthy? Do you think the market is trustworthy? I don't. If there's one thing that we can bet on, is that the market's not trustworthy. So that's what we bet on. We actually take a different approach to system creation. We take a different approach to trading altogether. That if the market's telling me one thing, we do the freaking opposite, bro. We do the opposite. And it sucks. It's weird. And it's a risk. But my friend, even if we do the right thing, the risk is still there. So it's really, really difficult anyways. If you feel better just doing the right thing, well, the data says this, it should go up during this time, or whatever the system says, and it's back tested, it's profitable. Well, I don't know how long that's going to be profitable, bro, because I've seen a lot of systems. I've done a lot of systems, and that's what I'm saying. The number one thing that I see out across the board, bro, is inconsistency. It could be up, could be down, could be up. Oh my gosh, we're up 3 years in a row, and then a down year. What? That sucks. I thought this is a good system. Well, it is. It is. 3 out of 4 years is great. But then the next year, we should assume that it's going back up, right? It doesn't sometimes. Sometimes it doesn't. And then it's negative 2 years in a row after 3 years of profit, where you're like, wait a second, now it's not working. Right when you think that, bro, it's just ridiculous. I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. So what can we do? We bet that it will be ridiculous. Things are showing up, we fucking go the other way. We made 60 grand that year doing that. Well, have you looked at history? The history is just ridiculous. Well, let's do the opposite. And that's a risk. It's a risk either way, though. So I don't know, man. It's just it's really confusing. And I'm trying to get it pretty well organized, and I get the results, and well, look, I can't organize random results, man. They're just really, 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 really random, and they're shitty, so I can't do much with it. Maybe I should find better systems, but I've been trying to find better systems. I can try more, but I am going to try to find something that I think can work year after year, but it might be a mixture, and it might be timing the market when it's supposed to reversion to mean. Like, after a huge trend of extreme volatility, we should assume that it's going to get condensed and reversion to mean. Let's do that, so I won't trade, I will only trade after huge impulses, huge movements that are way past ATR, way past, bounds, and it's obvious to see, and there's quantitative ways to measure it, and you're like, wow, this thing's crazy. Now you turn on reversion to mean system, instead of just having the reversion to mean system flat like this the entire year whenever it happens. It might be better. That's what I'm about to test, but yeah, it might be better that way. It sounds good, man. Trust me, I've thought of things that sound good before, and honestly, it just doesn't really end up being as consistent as I want it to be. And I can't force it, man. I can't force it to be showing profit year after year. It's just, I can do my best to put it profitable, but the thing is, the next year might not be. Yeah, so I mean, sorry, this is just my my experience. I'm not the greatest, but I try to create systems, but I don't want to curve fit, dude. I don't want to say, oh, well, the market went up. Well, just take longs. Okay, well, what happens when the market goes down, dude? Yes, it was profitable, but what happens when the market goes down? It's not really. So I want my longs and shorts, I apply it to all future symbols. I want something that's robust amongst all future symbols, that can have a chance of working in silver, the stock market, currencies, commodities. I want something that's, in general, this is generally what happens to markets. I'm looking for that, because I think that would be more consistent across any market, across one market for sure. If it's consistent, somewhat consistent amongst everything, I would bet on that more than something that worked really well in one market, and betting that will continue working really well. I doubt it, dude. I'd short that. I'd say no way. There's no way it will continue working, because for whatever reason, machines or whatever, I don't know. What I know is that the market is inconsistent. That's what I do know. So, yeah, if we find super good edge, that's a good thing. But it's a good thing, because we might apply it opposite, and that's, oh my gosh, I don't know. I'm brainstorming, but just saying, these are the reasons why. It's a risk either way. So, yeah, that's trading. quite jumbled, but that's what it is, man. That's what my opinion is. All right, peace.